Here's one way to add some interest to chain stitch, and that's to use threading. Here I've done it in a contrast color, but you could do this in the same color and it would also look nice. So here's some chain stitch that I have made, and first I'm going to show this using a tapestry needle because it has that softer point that won't tend to catch on these stitches. And I'll show it both right and left-handed in this video because it's just so simple and quick. So I'm just passing, I can pass this right to left under each chain, but I'm not going through the fabric, just under the chain. I like to turn this horizontal. Of course, it's the same stitch either way, but I just find it a little bit easier to control. So I'm just going under. First I went down, now I'm going up. And you can see if I want to, I can leave these quite loose. Keep in mind that if you leave them this loose, well, you better not put it any place where your cat can get its claws into it because that's going to be the end of your nice loops. So you can pull it up a good bit tighter than this if you want. I don't usually pull it quite this tight. You know, you lose the effect if you get it too tight. But that's all I'm doing. I'm going bottom to top in my stitching, and then I'm coming back top to bottom. And when I finish, I can just sink the thread down to the back. If you want, you can double thread it. You can come back in the same direction. So here it is for the lefties. So since I was stitching right to left when I was stitching right-handed, now I'm turning it so that I can stitch left to right. It doesn't matter whether I stitch bottom to top first or top to bottom. So there you go. And of course, chain stitch, you can make a nice curve. You can stitch it going vertically, either stitching away from you, stitching toward you. Since it's such a versatile, useful stitch, it's good to be able to stitch this in whatever direction you might have to be working, especially if you're working on a frame where it's fixed. But sometimes you're just doing it in hand, or you're doing it in a hoop where you can flip your hoop around to however you want it. So I hope you'll play around with doing chain stitch in this variation where you either have one thread or where you make it double threaded.